What's up, guys? It's been a great 6 months on this, rather like a couple of years on this YouTube channel to build a small following of 48 subscribers. And I've gotten most of these subscribers in the past 2 months, ever since I started posting 04scape content. And, at the end of the day, 11 views is 11 views. Let's look at this. Oh, I can't show you. I got over here on my YouTube analytics, if we look, 16 views, 11 views, 21 views, 35, blah, blah, blah. If we scroll down, I've been getting like hundreds of views on 2004scape. Make sure that if that inspires you to make 2004scape videos, you give me a shout out on your channel. That's all I ask. Just these videos are completely free. We promote Runescape, the main game, as well. We as a family on this YouTube channel, if we ever do post content of private servers, we promote the main game, because if we don't, JAGEX is going to shut down every fucking private server. If we think about it, what I'm going to do when I buy a portion of JAGEX, and what JAGEX should do, is they should offer like a RuneScape blueprint, like a RuneScape, not a diagram, but like a RuneScape framework of build your own private server. And people that like piece together a private server can monetize their private server to maybe make like, an extra like $1 a month off of their off of JAGEX's basically membership fee. I think, as like me, I've been it's like my computer, the computer that I have, I'm not a rich man right now. I want to be like rich in the future, but if that never happens, then that's fine. But I think it's kind of bullshit that RuneScape costs so much money. It's even to the point where parents don't want to pay money for their kids to play the game. It's not like back when I was coming up on RuneScape back in like 2009. Where you could go to like Walmart and buy a membership card for like $8 for a whole month. My grandma would take me over to Walmart like every month and buy me my membership card, and man, those were the fucking days. If I had a heart, I could like cry right now. I love my grandma. It's just in real life that doesn't really happen, and we have to make all our own money and stuff, and it's almost like guys, if you live in like a first world country where I'm definitely not talking shit about people that live in other countries, but here in America, our parents like take care of us until we're a little bit older. And for me, life at grandma's house was fucking awesome. Playing RuneScape, being a fucking asshole, like taking everything for granted, and then in real life it doesn't work that way. So, I just pray to God, literally pray to God that JAGEX doesn't shut down this server, because right now I get welfare, because I have Down syndrome a little bit, and a little bit of mental illness from psychotropic drugs when I was a teenager. So, yeah, I don't really play games when it comes to my RuneScape, if I could ever possibly play this fucking game for free, Like, when I buy JAGEX, when I buy a chair in JAGEX, there will be a free version of the fucking game that's better than regular free to play. Like, uh, free to play is like sucks because it takes so long to gather money for a bond for membership. But it can be done, but it takes like a really long time, and that's why, like, if you ever like fall on hard times, you know, there's no RuneScape in fucking hell, you know. So, you know, you gotta note and mention that Jagex, you know, is basically fucking god here in the RuneScape realm. So, guys, every fucking 2004scape video that comes out on this channel from now on will have a link to the real RuneScape. And basically, you know, I will be honest and be 1000% honest and say that RuneScape, old school RuneScape, is the superior game to 2004scape, and really, like any private server, well, you know, some private servers are possibly better, but is a reason why 2004scape evolved into old school RuneScape is because basically it's fucking better. And and that's just being sincere. I haven't played sailing yet, though. Let's be honest. Sailing probably sucks, and that's a big reason why I don't play. That's a big reason why I don't. If I could play old school RuneScape, I probably would. I'm basically kind of like mad that they released sailing, pretty much. JAGEX should pay money to acquire 2004scape server and make us pay membership to be able to like play in a browser and don't attach no JAGEX launcher to it. That's why like I can't play the JAGEX launcher. You could like the reason why I like 2004scape right now. I would play old school RuneScape, but the reason why I like 2004scape right now is because you know, I've become very involved in the game that I could just play in my web browser. And and my computer can't handle the JAGEX launcher. JAGEX, please release a Linux version of the JAGEX launcher so I could play on my Chromebook. And I will probably quit this server and or like AFK, you know, play like both, you know. And guys, like, if you have the money, you know, please upkeep your membership on old school RuneScape. Don't be a fucking dick to JAGEX, you know. I'm not being a dick to JAGEX, so you don't be a dick to JAGEX. If I had the money, I would, in fact, this month, my RuneScape membership ran out yesterday. My year of membership ran out yesterday. And I'm gonna renew my membership on old school RuneScape so that JAGEX can so that it encourages JAGEX to like not tear down this server. And I'm gonna pay my membership on old school RuneScape just as to set a standard so that people realize how sincere this is. That if JAGEX doesn't fucking like something, it's their intellectual property and they could do whatever they want. So me being, I guess, somewhat of like an authority in 2004scape, I suppose I'm gonna make a video when I renew my RuneScape membership on you know what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna log into 04scape. I'm gonna log into JAGEX. You can check my RuneScape account. I promise. I could do it on my phone, actually. And I'm gonna log into old school RuneScape. I actually have the shit, this bitch is hot. Oh yeah. I just saw like a bad bitch on Instagram. Um, I'm gonna actually log into RuneScape, old school RuneScape, on my phone and renew my and buy a bond for old school RuneScape, and probably play some old school RuneScape on my phone. You know, if I'm probably gonna sell my Saradomin God Sword. No, not my Saradomin God Sword, but probably is the one thing I fucking love about old school RuneScape is the ability is God Swords. That 04scape will never have is God Wars Dungeon. They have another server out called 2006 Reborn that is like ×5 experience rates. And that's not the real way to play RuneScape. Maybe so that RuneScape takes too long as it is. But I'm gonna do this for you guys, like right in front of you guys, and if old school RuneScape would please load on my phone. I just want to set a good community standard for private servers in general, because everyone loves a different version of RuneScape. And yeah, but old school RuneScape is not loading on my phone. If you guys can see, I ain't lying to you, man. It's just stuck on the loading screen. And I have data on my phone and everything, it's just not loading. I think my data might be running out, I don't know. So as you guys can see, I cut my hair, or rather, shaved my head. You know, I get real, like, impulsive. And I do, like, crazy shit all the time. Like, if I have a set of clippers, I probably, like, shave my head, like, once a year. And the fucked up thing is it's winter time, actually. I'm not 1,000% sure why human beings really have hair on their head, but probably it's because we come from nature. But now that we have, like, indoors, you know, it's not 100% necessary for us to have hair on our heads, so I, like, shave my head, you know. Is that uncut sapphire? I'm still waiting on that shield left half drop. Still waiting on that shield left half drop. So, anyways, I shit you not, you know, I tried to do the right thing in this video, but old school RuneScape just isn't loading, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. I don't quite like really care if, you know, JAGEX, if JAGEX likes it or not, or if you guys like it or not. I'm still gonna play 04scape if, pretty much, you know, like, yeah, I'd be more than happy to have JAGEX, like, create a Linux version of the JAGEX launcher so I could play regular old school RuneScape on my computer. That would be very lovely, so I don't have to play this inferior game. You know, and no matter what you do on holy shit, sometimes a man has to pick his nose, you know. What you guys always snickering for in the background when I pick my nose? And sometimes a man straight up like blows his nose in his hand, and like I don't eat my boogers, I guess, like some guys do, you know. I just like fuck bitches and get money and play RuneScape and work out, and that's all I do. So one fucking day, guys. One day, JAGEX is gonna have its fucking way with private servers. And I think the best way for JAGEX to do that is to release their own, create your own private server aspect, you know. I'm definitely not like demanding that they do that right now, but I'm just saying that when I buy JAGEX, that I'm 100% sincere that I will buy like a stake in JAGEX someday. When I buy JAGEX, you know, I'm gonna probably like do what I encourage JAGEX to do. I'm probably gonna release my own, like, probably gonna like do exactly that, is a build your own private server kind of like aspect to the game, you know. And we're gonna work on the we're gonna help like other work on the real life auction house. I think that would be a great thing for RuneScape to do, is to contribute something to the entire gaming community and literally create a way to make real money off of RuneScape, so that you can go like kill bandos. The game's, I think we should do it on like old school RuneScape, like, or, you know, like old school RuneScape would be a great game to do that with. We could experiment with like a real life auction house, so that like we just need to map out, well, it's going to be a lot of trial and error, but we're going to figure out what's like the most efficient way to do a real life auction house. They did it with Diablo 3, and they did it with Diablo 3, and then they wound up having to take it down because it didn't work out. I think they should have a way for people to trade like gold between like real money, and like items with real money, that would be awesome because I really don't like the idea of not having everything that I want on the game because of a barrier of like 5,000 hours. And people should have access to like the best shit in the game, and there should be a way to make money with RuneScape that doesn't require putting yourself in the spotlight to make videos and stuff. Gaming needs that. If it's possible, we're gonna do it. And at JAGEX, I actually own a $100 million portfolio uh, of basically like business stocks. And I'm willing to negotiate like terms of me becoming maybe like a voice in JAGEX, or if I could just influence the game by making this video and say like real life auction is like build your own private server, real life auction house, and probably more like player mods, because the amount of player mods that we currently have on the game seems to be so few that is like, there should be like a player mod on every street corner. I've always wanted to be a player mod. Maybe you can make me a player mod. And that would be awesome. More player mods. I mean, what are you holding out for? It's just like the ability to mute somebody. It's just a little bit more authority when you report somebody. It's just a little bit more like it's just a little bit more like it's just a little bit more like like, what's it called? Like priority. When JAGEX receives a report, there should be a player mod at every fucking Grand Exchange. Stop like trying to bust the bots so much. Stop trying to bust the bots so much. Like, and stop building the fucking game. Really, yeah, it's my honest advice is RuneScape was just old school RuneScape was just fine before sailing came out. I don't know. I've seen like some videos with sailing in it, and I'm not 1,000% sure if like the problem with building businesses that I have identified is you have like people working for you that you can't just, that maybe you don't have the heart to tell them to hit the road. So you have them like do stuff, and you build out shit that is actually kind of like how the video I made, that you should watch all my videos, by the way. At least like most of them are really good. Some of them are lengthy and like don't have too good of talking in them. Some of them have like big speech gaps in them and stuff. But pretty much what was I about to say? Yeah, well, you get people working for you and stuff, and you wind up like building things out that are completely unnecessary. That actually, think about like the original version of Facebook. The original version of Facebook was fucking awesome, and like Facebook in 2012 was the shit, and then they kept building it out, and now it's like a cartoonified version of the awesome Facebook that we fell in love with. And now I have to come out with a social media that's like the best fucking social media. That is going to be called youandme.com. So it's all about like, is basically like, I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but is basically like MySpace and Facebook sort of integrated, MySpace, I think, will return as the best social media, and but youandme.com is going to be like a cross-platform social media that hosts like every fucking social media. And I will promote like, you know, all the other and like the other social medias on there. And but it's going to be called youandme.com. It's going to be like a central hub for for everybody, for everyone's favorite content. And this asshole just tried to take my spot. Well, I guess he did take my spot, but I'm just not going to let him. I really hope that he's not like spot jacking me. I hope he like did that on accident, because that would be really shitty. Just gonna get, and if anyone ever tries to take your spot on RuneScape, just make sure they have a real hard time doing it, because make their experience just as miserable as yours, and they'll just hop for themselves. Watch this. I'm gonna take my spot back. Gonna bury this bone in his ass. Give me my Chaos Druid. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. This guy's going back to thieving. That's right. That's right, 00X. Your mother. Your mother. Take my spot.